Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. So in this video we're just doing a quick little ride along on my 23 KLR 650 by Kawasaki. So I just wanted to kind of go over my first impressions on how the bike feels. On asphalt like this, 60 miles an hour, 65 miles an hour even, the bike just cruises fine. It's got plenty of power, it's very comfortable. As you can see, I've got the windshield up with some risers there just to get some of the buffeting over top of my head, but really the wind protection is phenomenal. And as you can see, I'm rolling around here 65 miles an hour on the asphalt, and it just runs like a dream. Couldn't be happier with it. Still don't have enough miles on it to do a break-in oil change yet, so we're just out riding around. I do have my phone kind of set up there using Onyx off-road for some mapping. It does okay, but as you can see in future videos, we will change that out to something that's a combination charger and phone mount altogether. This is just a RAM mount I had lying around that I put on the bike just to kind of use for my first initial ride here. Aside from this being an adventure bike, I think the KLR just feels really good commuting around in town. The handling manners are very nice. It is a little top heavy, but you quickly get used to it. The braking is adequate, I think. I mean, if you're used to riding some performance oriented motorcycles, you're going to be a little disappointed with the braking, but for a bike this size and weight, I think the braking is adequate. The acceleration, again, this is a single cylinder 650 cc's ish from Kawasaki. It's not a rocket ship, and if you're wanting something that maybe has a little bit more pep, a little bit smoother, maybe the Tenere 700, something like that, a twin cylinder, is going to give you better acceleration. It's going to give you not as much vibration, although Kawasaki has done a great job with this bike. I've rode previous generations on the KLR 650, and there was some noticeable vibrations. You felt it in your hands, in your backside, and then also in your feet on the pegs. But this is much improved, very, very palatable in comparison to say a Gen 1 or Gen 2. Very, very comfortable for what it is. Just don't have those expectations that this is a performance-oriented motorcycle. It's not. It does what it does very well. If you have those expectations for it, I think you'll be pleased with the bike. One of the main reasons that I chose this bike was, I like to ride back roads. I like to ride gravel roads. So here we are taking the KLR on kind of its maiden voyage on some gravel roads here. And, I think a good tire swap might make things a little better. It wants to dance around a little bit here and there, but that you just kind of get used to it. If you're familiar with riding dirt bikes and things like that, it feels very natural. The front end wants to wander around a little bit, but it's not crazy. Just remember, loosen up on the handlebars, tuck your knees into the seat, and get a good grip with your knees, and let the bike kind of go where it wants, within reason. For me, I think a tire change, something a little bit more aggressive. I think the tires that come on the bike have really good pavement and asphalt manners. They don't wander around in grooves in the road, but in the dirt and in the gravel, they tend to wander around a little bit. It's not dangerous. It's just different and something to get used to. And the transition between asphalt, gravel, dirt, mud, I think you'll find that the factory tire offering just probably isn't ideal. As we transition from the dirt gravel road here onto like a chip and seal, it straightens right out. Like I said, I think the tires are mannered more for that type of material. But yeah, I think maybe like a Tux D Sport, something with some more knobs would make the bike more enjoyable on the gravel roads. But right out of the box, you know, you can definitely hit the gravel roads, spend all of your time on gravel roads, and feel pretty confident that the bike's going to take care of you and it's going to perform great. So just real quick there, how the bike reacts on the gravel. All right, so right here is where I think the bike right from the dealership really shines. It's these narrow chip and seal back country roads. The bike just feels right at home on this type of terrain. Again, you know, gravel roads, dirt trails, all that, not a problem, but right here is where I feel this bike really shines. The power delivery comes on very nice. The bike just feels really good. Very stable, super comfortable. The seat, everything just kind of comes together right here in this moment on this type of road. And you know, for most people, you know, adventure riders, this is the type of terrain you're going to see a lot of. You know, there's going to be the back roads and dirt roads, but right here I feel like where the bike really shines, and it's a blast to ride. So here we go, just kind of pulling out on, again, 2-lane asphalt. The bike acceleration is just fine. You know, here's where I wish you had those self-canceling turn signals, but we'll get it here once we glance down. But you know, very peppy. The low end torque's a lot of fun. You know, coming up on, you know, some little twisties here, the bike handles great. This is where the factory tires shine. I mean, you know, I don't feel unstable in any of the turns, and the bike tracks really good. I mean, on this road here, there's all kinds of you know, cracks and seals from various years and years of repair. It does have kind of like the washouts on both sides, and the bike tracks great. Feels very stable in the corners, and you know, it just, this is where the bike belongs as it sits from the factory, in my opinion. All right, guys, thanks for checking out this video. If you made it this far, I really appreciate you going on this little journey with me here as I review the 2023 Kawasaki KLR 650. If you would, go ahead and hit that like button, give us a share, and please consider subscribing to the channel. I can assure you, as the weather gets warmer this spring, we're going to do a ton of bike reviews, different bikes, different setups, and just kind of give you my impressions of those. I'm not an expert rider. I would say I'm maybe a little better than average or novice rider, but I want to just ride different bikes and give you guys my thoughts on those. So again, if you guys like these videos, please consider subscribing. But until next time, God bless.